Hi, I'm Jess Killinger, an architect in Colorado. Welcome to my channel where I share how I tackle projects for my home. In this video, we're going to be doing something that I've wanted to do for a year. We're going to be ripping out this red carpet. I'll also be demoing some walls in our basement because our town is having a spring cleaning trash pickup day, and according to their website, they will pick all of this up, which is awesome. So let's get started. I don't think they typically explain this in renovation shows, but when you're demoing, you have to take things out in the reverse of how they were installed, meaning the last thing in is the first thing out. For us, it was the stick-on vinyl base. It's probably been down here for almost 20 years, and the sticky back has been acting like a bug trap, so it was full of dead bugs, and it was super gross. Okay, so I just remembered that I always get really sick when there's demo, when I go to a construction site. So just to kind of avoid that, I'm putting on this mask. And Josh isn't going to wear one because he doesn't get sick like I do. So this is gonna be fun. I hate these. Okay, quick update. This carpet is the absolute worst. It's just being really difficult to rip out, and at this rate, I don't know if we can get this all torn out in time for the trash pickup day. So I'm rethinking my plan of attack because we have a lot of stuff stored down here in the basement, and I was just gonna shuffle it around while we demo, but I'm realizing that this project is gonna take a while. So instead of shuffling, I'm gonna take everything out of the basement and squirrel it away in other parts of the house. I'll share some design ideas at the end of the video so you can see the vision of what this space is going to become, which will be good to see because I'm not quite sure what that's going to look like yet. So that'll be a fun way to end the video. But first, let's see how much I can get demoed in this basement. Okay, so it took me about a day and a little bit to get everything out of the basement, and now it's time to continue ripping things out of here. And I have 3 days to get this out, so I think it's doable. Okay, I've got most of the carpet tack strips up off the edge of the wall, but I wanted to show you this spot before I demo it. They had a door installed here. I'm gonna be ripping out this wall, and there are other reasons I know that this is not a structural wall, but one big huge tell for me is that this carpet is under the wall. So you see this tack strip. This wall has been built over this tack strip here. And on the other side, on this side of the wall, we can see the other side of the tack strip. And then this tack strip, you could be confused that this is built before the wall too, but this door frame was built after the carpet was put down, but the wall wasn't. So the carpet got installed, and then this door frame got installed over that. So this wall isn't built over the carpet, but this one is. And I'm going to be taking this one out to kind of open up the space a bit. Okay, I'm on the last step to taking out the flooring, and that just is wrapping up these tack strips somehow to make it so that we can transport them to the curb so they can get picked up. So what I'm gonna do is pile them on top of this pad that I've already ripped out and roll it up that way. And then I can start tearing out walls. Yay! I'm about to start tearing out walls and stuff, so before I do that, I want to make sure the power's off. I thought I had it turned off, but this happened. And that means the outlets still have power to them, so I'm gonna head back out to the circuit breaker to make sure I get all the power off out of that wall, then I can start demoing. So I got this figured out. That means no power, which is good. Okay, so I got all of the faceplates off the wall, and I forgot to mention that this tool is called a voltage tester pen. And this tool that I've been using to pry things up is a Wonder Bar, and it's really helpful. So taking the doors out showed me that this wall has insulation in it, and I think what happened was the previous owners were musicians, and they used the insulation to help soundproof that wall. So it's fiberglass insulation. I like to try to be careful when I'm using that, so I'm gonna like cover my arms and put my mask back on so I don't get too itchy while I'm working with it. But this wall is coming down and I'm really excited. slowed me down, and unfortunately I didn't film anything on the last day, but I'm gonna give you a tour now and show you how I left things. I was so close to finishing, but it really came down to not having the right tools to get the last few things out. Also, in theory, I should be able to chop off these metal studs at the soffit, but I just couldn't tell if they were secured enough to the top to support the lower ceiling. I really think the ceiling is gonna have to come down, at least in part, because we're changing everything down here. So the lights and the vents will probably need to move. But I was already well past Josh's comfort zone with all of this demo, considering I originally told him I was just gonna rip out the carpet. And the last thing I needed was to accidentally bring down half of the ceiling on a Friday evening. That's why all of these metal studs are still here. For this small wall over here by the stairs with the carpet under it, these studs on this sucker have been nailed, screwed, and glued together. So it's kind of like a belt and suspender situation over coveralls. This definitely needed a Sawzall or something like that to get it out, and I didn't have one. And before anyone asks me that this really looks like a supporting post, yes, it does. But I'm 1000% sure it's not. That being said, you should never remove a wall unless you are absolutely positive it's not structural. I know this place looks like a total train wreck, and it is completely unusable like this, but I can't even begin to explain how much happier I am with that red carpet and most of this wall ripped out. Now, I spent a few days working on the new floor plan for down here, and I want to give you a little peek at that. I'll do another video to fully explain how and why this plan looks like this, but this is the basic breakdown. So you'll come down the stairs here. This utility room is existing, and so is this 3/4 bathroom, but I've moved the walls here to make room for these doors. Here we'll be adding a new bedroom with a reach-in closet because this is an egress window, and you always want your bedrooms to have a secondary egress. Now, that egress window lets in a ton of light in the afternoons. So we're thinking this wall should be translucent somehow to let the light through. Here's a great inspiration pic I found to show you what I'm thinking. I'll link to this architect's page in the description. These windows here are all garden height windows, and I've drawn a door here because we've talked about replacing this window with a door to the backyard. That might be several years from now, but I still want to design this space with that in mind. This is a new storage room in the back by the stairs, and the rest is open hangout space. We think we want a kitchenette down here, but this is a placeholder for that because we haven't really nailed down what that should look like yet. So that's my first stab at a new floor plan for down here. It will definitely change before we're done, but I think we're pretty close to where we want to be with this plan. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to see the results of this project. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and thanks for watching. I hope I'll see you in the next video. Bye!